What we call an end, the poet tells us, is often a beginning. What we are is the answer that we are giving to the call of a future still in the making. Today, the class of summer 1988 graduates and receives the human signs of accomplishment in learning, the reward of labor, and the prize of perseverance. This end, too, is a beginning, the point from which each graduate takes a new step, begins to take the measure of the house that is still to be built, a house that each graduate and all humankind must call home, a home as small as the heart and as wide as a world. Our Father, we offer you thanks for the blessing of our intelligence, for the power of our freedom, and for the work of love that you have given into our keeping. Father, open our eyes and ears to your word as it comes to us anew each day, so that we may truly understand that for all its greatness and beauty, humanity is not enough. Celebrate today both a task accomplished and a task still to come, the building of the city of God, a city of living stones. Send over us the spirit of light and understanding, that we may come to the knowledge that surpasses all understanding and leads all peoples to peace. Help us to make our own your living word, so that all peoples may indeed know that we are all brothers and sisters, all children of the one Father. Amen.
Good morning. Please be seated. On our academic calendar, graduation. We have a photography area available here at the front of it. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of Embry-Riddle, General Kenneth L. Tallman, who will introduce the speaker for today. President Tallman.
Members of the graduating class, parents, friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to add my welcome to all of you here this morning. I'm particularly pleased to inform the graduates that your names will be proudly added to the list of some 13,500 alumni of record. In fact, you can expect to hear from us often. Congratulations to all of you and to your parents and your families. Today I am honored to introduce an individual who has distinguished himself Do we have anybody from the avionics? Don, this may be a segment, please. I am very honored to introduce an individual who has distinguished himself for some 45 years in the aviation industry. Retired Navy Vice Admiral Don Inman has been an engineering test pilot, a naval aviator, a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, and the administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration. He now serves the general aviation field as president of the Air Safety Foundation of the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. Admiral Inman was appointed by President Reagan to head the FAA in 1984. Prior to that, he served for 2 years as a member of the Transportation Safety Board, the National Transportation Safety Board. He served in the U.S. Navy for 36 years, retiring in 1978 after his last tour of duty as Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Atlantic Command and the U.S. Atlantic Fleet. Among his 29 decorations and awards acquired over an illustrious career in the Navy, Don acquired the Navy's highest award for valor, the Navy Cross. He holds a current commercial pilot license with instrument and glider ratings, and in over 45 years of flying, he's amassed some 7,000 hours in 240 different types of aircraft, if you can imagine that. He holds a bachelor's degree from George Washington University. He graduated from the Naval War College with distinction. In 1984, the Society of the Experimental Test Pilots presented Don with its prestigious Doolittle Award for Technical Management. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming an outstanding aviator, a leader, and a true friend of Embry-Riddle, Admiral Don Ingram.
Mr. Paul Riddle, co-founder, Chancellor Daytona, President Tallman, faculty, members of the Board of Directors, honored guests, and most importantly, graduates. Yes. That's why we're here. It's a great honor to be here, and I appreciate those nice words, again, very much. It was a long time ago that I first came to Daytona Beach. It was during World War II, and I recall having flown from Daytona Beach here as a Navy pilot, doing anti-submarine warfare patrol off the coast out here. And last night, as I looked at the sea out there, I thought about how in those days in 1942 and 43, you could hardly have a night that you couldn't see two U.S. ships burning on the horizon. It was really a war ground, and the coast of Florida was a different kind of place. We've come a long way. And Embry-Riddle has come to Daytona Beach, and I think that's good for both of them. Charles Dickens, in his book, Tale of Two Cities, started the book with these words: "These were the best of times, these were the worst of times." There's a parallel in aviation today. Today, more people are flying than have ever flown before. We're flying more flying hours than ever before. Air commerce today in the United States is key to the economic life of this country. Air traffic delays are being reduced. The system is becoming more efficient. On the other side, we're producing less general aviation aircraft than we've produced in the last 50 years. Student pilot starts are as low as they've ever been. There's a federal preemption of our airspace, which is a very troublesome thing. And the cost of flying is increasing. These wide disparities bring challenge, and with challenge comes opportunity. And that's what I want to talk about today. The unknown and the challenge does provide opportunity. Some look at the downside and say, I can't, or they relax, or stop trying, or coast to a stop. Some look at the downside and say, I can, or why not? I'm here to tell you, you can. I'm here to tell you that today we have some of the greatest opportunities in the times of our nation in aviation. The world of aviation opportunity is out there, and you're about to take it on full tilt. I'm here to say, set your sights high. Don't go for second best. Be innovative. Think. Be alert to the opportunity that's out there. Don't expect the road signs to be so distinct that you're going to easily see the way to go, because they're not. They're not going to be easily readable. If they were, there wouldn't be opportunity out there, and opportunity would be masked in competition. Those that recognize the opportunity are going to excel, and opportunity comes to those with knowledge or experience. Those who are courageous enough to explore the unknown, and those who have the tenacity to hold on in the face of adversity are going to excel. There's always an element of risk in any venture, and risk increases the stakes. That's good. You have to ask yourself, do I gamble my life savings now? Can I afford to take a chance now? What if I fail? And there's a lot of unknown out there, and you have to bridge that, and you have to use your timing and your instincts and what you have learned at every rate. The rewards for taking risks and succeeding are success in itself. It's great to excel. It's self-motivating. Progress, because we bring progress to our nation, to the aviation world. And there's financial reward as well. Let me give you a couple of examples. Mr. Al Yulchi was a pilot for Pan American. In fact, he was Juan Tripp's personal pilot in the late 40s. Al saw the need for improved training in the airlines. And he left Pan American and went out and formed Flight Safety International. He developed courses. And from those courses, he developed simulation. And from that simulation, he branched out into other forms of simulation, the maritime, the rail industry. And he's built a magnificent business on that idea of improving training. Fred Smith was a student, and he wrote a term paper at his university on package distribution. He got a C on that term paper. He then went into the Marine Corps, became a naval aviator, was fighting the war in Vietnam, and in the evening, he and Byron Hogue and some other friends sat and talked about a package distribution system. And when the war was over for Fred, Fred came back, left the Marine Corps, and started Federal Express. Can't hear you? But I think the important thing was that Fred hung in there in view of the opposition that he achieved. He hung in there and persevered because he had an idea, he had a vision, and he did it. Each one of these people trained as a pilot. Each one of these people started with that pilot training as a base. Each one of them made a major contribution in a different but related area. Each served an apprenticeship and then moved on into the unknown and took that risk that we're talking about. Explorers probe the unknown. There's a lot of exploring to be done out there, and you have to find the right area in which to explore. Find the problem, find a need, identify it. That need might be for a new instrument or a new display. It might be for a new procedure, for a new method of doing something, or even for a new type aircraft. Learn all you can about it. Become the resident expert. Study it. Look at it upside down, backwards, inside out. Develop your plan or product. Think it out. Timing is important, very important. The up and down swings in the economy are going to affect you. Introduction of related products will affect your idea. You've got to be attuned to these and measure your progress accordingly. You're probably going to need financing. Most people will. Just remember this, that the 600-pound gorilla out there with all the money is going to want 80% of your idea. And you should be prepared to deal with that. Financing is critical, and it really determines who's going to have control of your idea. Marketing, distribution, development are all important. And don't forget to look at the downside. You've got to be true to yourself. Don't become so enamored with your idea that you miss the warning signs that are out there. Timing could be wrong. Market swings, other people's ideas might be even better than yours. Keep tuned to this. Keep control of your idea, and above all, believe in yourself. Recently, I've come back from China again. I've been over there several times. And you might say that In China today, the worst exceeds the best by a very large margin with respect to aviation. But there is pure opportunity in China today. There's a nation looking for people to do it, to tackle the job. There are barriers to be crossed. Sure, there's a language barrier, and there's a cultural barrier too. But those that cross those barriers, those that solve that, will find opportunity on the other side. China is just like the United States. It's a very large nation. If they get their act together, we better watch out. They have 1 billion people over there. They're doing things manually now, and they need the new tools with which to do things in the current way. They have the same geography. It's a little more extreme than ours, but they have a field at 17,000 feet that they operate out of. Our highest field, I think, is somewhere around 9,000 feet. They have the same challenge of time and distance, and they've got to solve it. This is what makes aviation so important to China. And they recognize this, and they're trying to bootstrap themselves today to come into the 20th century. They're literally like the United States was in the 1920s. Today, they have no infrastructure. They have 80 commercial fields from which they operate in that great nation. 40 of them are joint research with the military. They fly on NDBs, and they have very, very few VORs or ILSs. And there's a tug of war between the civil and military for who's going to have control of the airspace. The Premier has assured me that the civil China is going to make their airspace a civil airspace. They've got a great desire. They have a flying college in Chengdu. I've been issuing pilot training. They bring men, mostly men in China, but women will come to the flying college, and we give them 4 years of school, 2 years of academics and 2 years of flying, and graduate them as airline pilots. The point I want to make is that they've got a great desire, and there's a great opportunity out there. But China is just one nation. There are other nations out there as well that are just crying for graduates from Embry-Riddle to come out and be international in their thinking. Clearly, to succeed, you need that education foundation that we've talked about. You need to catalog the knowns and the unknowns, and you need to make sure of risk, and you've got to make sure of the rewards that are there. Poor preparation breeds higher risk. And I'm always reminded of this by that ad on the TV that I like so well, and this guy's answering the telephones. He says, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And he puts the telephone down and he says, how am I going to do that? Don't find yourself in that position. Think it out ahead. There is a point where you are going to be on your own. It's just like swimming. And you got to push off from that side and go do it. Be sure of yourself. You've made a major commitment by graduating from Embry-Riddle. Embry-Riddle has an investment in you. You're going to go forth and carry the message on Embry-Riddle and on yourself. You've invested in your future. Use these tools and go out there and really get it. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Adelaide, for sharing your wisdom and perceptions with us. Now I know that if anybody tells me they have a 17,000-foot runway, I'll ask whether it's high or long. I was like to take a 172 off something like that. Each semester, an outstanding graduating senior is selected to receive the Chancellor's Award. The candidates for this award or distinction are selected on the basis of their academic excellence, activities on the campus, contributions to the university in general, as well as contributions within the local community. These are the students who are leaders, challenge others around them to think, to question, and to act. The candidates for this award are recommended by representatives of the faculty, the staff, as well as the student body. So selection for this honor reflects campus-wide recognition of the recipient's outstanding achievements. I'm very pleased today to announce the senior who is receiving the Chancellor's Award. Christopher Doucet, will you please come forward? With highest honors having earned a grade point average of 3.9 out of a possible 4.0. He's been on the Embry-Riddle Dean's List as well as the National Dean's List and has received the Sigma Tau Delta English Honors Writing Award. In addition to this very impressive academic record, Chris has worked on campus in the Humanities and Social Science Department and off campus as an intern at the Daytona Beach Regional Airport. He's also been active in campus clubs and organizations, including the Management Club, Association of Airport Executives, and he's a member of the Senior Class Council. Following graduation, he plans to enter the field of airport management. Chris, come on over here. You truly exemplify the outstanding qualities. Exemplify the qualities of this award, and we're very proud to recognize you as the outstanding graduate. Let me read the plaque that you'll be receiving. Chancellor's Award, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, presented to Christopher Wayne Doucet in recognition of academic excellence and outstanding achievement in campus and community activities, August 20, 1988. Congratulations, Chris. It's my great honor to introduce the Senior Class President, Jennifer Point. Jennifer.
President Tomlin, Chancellor Doughton, Mr. Amy, Mr. John Paul Riddle, members of the Board of Trustees and visitors, academic and administrative deans and directors, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, parents, friends, my fellow countrymen, and my fellow graduates, good morning. And good morning, I do believe it is. Why is it then that so many people are wearing black? It's our college days, time to get rowdy and obnoxious and go out and have fun. But why is it that we're so merry? It's because we have taken the last of an average of 200 tests. Yeah. But it's because we have accomplished our goals. It has taken us 4 years, or a bit longer for those on the 10-year plan, for this day to become a reality. Embry-Riddle has allowed us to be happy because we are confident that our aviation-oriented education will allow us to become aviation professionals in every aspect of the term. Throughout our years at Embry-Riddle, we have felt different from other universities because we are different. We are unique in that we all share a common love, and that is, of course, can you guess, aviation. We're everything that the aviation industry ever wanted. We're engineers, pilots, avionics technicians, you can tell by the hats, right? Managers, maintenance technician, computer specialists, air traffic controllers, and we all have aviation-oriented educations to go with that. What more can they ask for? Gee. We will see the future of aviation happen before us because we will insist in its growth and prosperity. Let's admit it, we are the future of aviation. It's great because in 200 years, they're going to rewrite the history books, and when Embry-Riddle freshmen look up History of Aviation Index, what will it say? See ERU class of 1988. Before we leave school in Daytona Beach and on our way into the dreaded real world, let us pause for a moment. Maybe we graduates are wearing black because today marks an ending as much as it marks a beginning. As we reflect on what we are leaving behind, and mostly who we are leaving behind, could we have made it to this graduation if we truly only went to classes and then went home to study every night, like my father thinks I did? Sorry, Dad. I can bring it to you. These were our wild, crazy college days with lifetime memories. Yes, we pulled all-nighters cramming for tests, and we pulled our hair out of the computer lab trying to get those darn programs to work. But finally, we know it was all worth it. But in 10 years, when we look back and remember the numerous equations we had to memorize, well, we won't remember them, but we will remember all the fun times we had. We'll remember the lazy days on the beach. I mean, 2 burns, but pick it up then, so it's all right. the toga parties, our favorite watering holes, if that's what you want to call it, hanging out with our friends, or just being college students. The words, the deck, the pub, and the bucket all have new meaning to us. As we reflect back, I would like to take this time to say goodbye and thanks to those instructors who have inspired our thirst for knowledge and passion for success. Graduate summer class in 1988 has chosen who they feel are the most outstanding faculty. As I read off the award winners, would they please stand and be recognized? If we could just hold the applause and they're all done. So you're tired, because I know you guys want to get up. For the aeronautical engineering, the winner is Mr. Habib Desalimi. Something like that. There you go. For aeronautical science, is Shannon Trevi. For avionics is Ernest Kerner. Humanities at Tides, Dr. Robert Oxley and Dr. John Wheeler. Computer science is Mr. Salini. Flight technology is Mr. Mason Aldrich. Maintenance technology is Richard Ohm. Aviation business administration is Dr. Milton Horowitz. Math and physical science is Bill Solomons. Military Science Army is Sergeant Major Dennis Scanlon. Military Science Air Force, we had a tie with Captain Daniel Eddy and Captain Richard Kalenda. If everybody could give them all a hand up. The class has started a new tradition that we also have chosen an outstanding staff member. We chose a staff member that has made the run around a bit easier. I would also like to ask this person to stand when I say their name. You could all give her a hand of applause. The first winner for this prestigious award is from the Housing Department, and her name is Valerie Huron. Basically, we just want to thank all the faculty and staff for making it easier. A lot of us has worked on campus and know that we really started learning how the school works, and it's kind of gets scary sometimes, but it comes out in the end. And people who worked with have always made our lives easier, and our parents, and listened to our stories, and even let us out early every day. So we really want to thank them and tell them that they made it a little easier on us. Well, enough on the reflect. We worked very hard for this day, so let's live it up and be proud of ourselves. We're leaving a little smarter, a little more mature, a little more experienced. So let's go out and do our best. And always remember, always be content and never satisfied. I want to recognize my senior class colleagues who are all a bunch of maniacs, but did work and party hard for the rest of the class. Especially Jennifer Sagan, my vice president and good friend, and Lori Reed, who was my terrific advisor. If the council could stand, we could all give them applause for their hard work. And on a personal note, I would like to thank my friends, my Theta Pi Alpha sorority sisters, my real sister Kathy, my relatives, and my wonderful boyfriend Michael, for giving me love, friendship, and support. He owes me now. Giving me love, friendship, and support when I really need it. And mostly, I want to thank the only man I feel truly knows the depth and meaning of love. I would be nothing without him. He's, of course, my dad. Just remember as we leave today, our youth is our strength, gives us our drive, persistence, and curiosity. As we leave today, we must keep that youth and never fully grow up. The best part of being alive is living, so no matter what you do, always enjoy today or being today. So let's stay spirited and full of kick. So no matter where you should go or what you should do, I wish you happiness. God bless. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
is fortunate to have several Armed Forces commissioning programs active on the Daytona Beach campus. The Air Force ROTC detachment has the largest elective enrollment of any civilian institution in the country, while our Army ROTC detachment is one of the highest growth rate programs in the country. We also have a Naval Aviation Club and a Marine platoon leader program. All right. Which leads me to my next point. 9 of our graduates have become the newest second lieutenants in the nation's armed forces. 6 in the Army, 1 in the Marine Corps. See, there's only one over there? And 2 in the Air Force. We're very, very proud of these people, and I'd like the newest second lieutenants to stand and be recognized. And now, as Jennifer implied, what we've all been waiting for, graduation exercises. Graduation will be conducted by Dr. R. Luther Reisbig, the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs of the Daytona Beach campus. Luther.
Graduates completing their degrees with honors will be recognized when their names are announced as they cross the stage. Graduates wearing white cords have achieved grade point averages of between 3.50 and 3.69 and are graduating cum laude. Graduates wearing red cords have achieved grade point averages of between 3.70 and 3.89 and are graduating magna cum laude. While graduates wearing gold cords have earned a grade point average of between 3.90 and 4.00 and are graduating summa cum laude. The program chairman will now present their candidates for the associate's and bachelor's degrees.
Program Chairman, Mr. William Mason. William W. Hawley, cum laude. Judy A. Terry. Forrest C. Ward, Jr. Ryan Christopher Weiler. Kurt L. Wheeler. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Professional Aeronautics, Program Chairman, Mr. William Mason. Kenneth T. Acasta, cum laude. Othman Mohammed Al-Kubadi. Luis Macario Espinoza. Angelo John Gonzalez. Ezra Lawrence Graham Jr. Brian J. McCullough. George Randall Rivas. Derek D. Richardson. Paul E. Smith Jr. Sergeant Robert L. Stanford Jr., summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Aviation Maintenance Technology, Program Chairman, Mr. Paul F. Taylor. Jeffrey R. Allen. Michael Theodore Carl. Stephen Robert Deloach. John Guarino. Dwayne T. Lasky. Donald Bell Mason. David Stacchini. Sean Patrick Taggart. Michael Trevor Turner. Michael B. Ward. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Aircraft Maintenance, Program Chairman, Mr. Paul F. Taylor. Riaz H. Zadi. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science in Avionics Technology, Program Chairman, Mr. E. Nolan Holden. Jose R. Borges. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Science in Avionics Maintenance Technology, Program Chairman, Mr. E. Nolan Coleman. Paul Carlton Perry. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Airway Science, Program Chairman, Mr. William Mason. Paul James Mikowski. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Technology, Program Chairman, Mr. John Brannan. J.G. Andre. Reagan J. Bagdonis. Peter C. Savasta. Andre V. Delgado. R. Mitchell Fitzpatrick. George F. Gonzalez. Kevin J. Hanson. Greg Lewis Madsen. Lawrence Wilson Larrabee Jr. Philip J. Panero. Donald Raymond Dowman. Thomas Edward Butts. Ahmed R. Taheri. Philip D. Gutwine. Second Lieutenant Andrew Eric Malen, Senior Class Counselor. Michael G. O'Brien. Michael Francis Polichico. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Studies, Program Chairman Mr. William Mason. John Charles Algier. Teresa A. Anderson, Senior Class Counsel, Secretary, future Mrs. Olszewski, Society for Collegiate Journalists. Second Lieutenant Joseph Robert Arango. Robert M. Balargin. Heidi Wesley Mercado. Heather Rebecca Barrett, Senior Class Counsel. Bruce Rule, American University Regional Colleges. Kirk Harris Booth, Senior Class Counsel. Gregory Scott Brewer. Robert D. Brown. Daniel Neal Crowley. Preston Clyde Durant III. Douglas William Wheater. Richard Allen Usibi. Miltus Exarbu. Scott Philip Federico. Jean R. Fitman. Charles R. Fleming. Jonathan A.S. Forbes. Second Lieutenant Elliot A. Garcia. Gilberto Garcia. David Joseph Gilmore. Lawrence Lee Jenkins. Catherine Alva Ketter. Keith W. Cross, Senior Class Constable. James Edward Lane, Jr. Timothy P. Lynch. George T. Miller, III. Stephen Thomas Newman. Charles Franklin Overton, Jr. Jennifer L. Poynton, Who's Who, 1987. Brian James Prunzik. Kirsten Louise Rancima, Who's Who, 1986. Suma Kumar. Irvin C. Simmons. Brian Rodney Sparling. Devin A. Stargell. John David Mansell. Jose Angelo Arno. Ernie Lee Waller, Jr. Glenn Paul Wynn. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science. Mr. William Gruber. Kevin O. Adsumboe. Amy Aronoff, Senior Class Counsel. Ralph Victor Baldwin. Jeffrey R. Brasser, Senior Class Counsel. Benjamin P. Breidenbaugh. Dale D. Carroll, Senior Class Counsel. Frank Eston Cook III. Charles Michael Cooper. Glenn McCaff Cunanan. Mark J. DeBrow. Mark Scott Dawson. Vicki Beth DeGraff. Dwayne Donald Dietrich. Martin James Dudek. Jonathan S. Daytona. Shirley Jean Eckes. John Parks Farmer, Sigma Tau Delta, Senior Class Counsel. Lee Herbert Fishpaw, Senior Class Counsel. Second Lieutenant Peter Allen Fleischman. Christopher J. Ford. Matthew Francis Ford. Second Lieutenant John Anthony Foreman. Second Lieutenant Drake Barton Gastineau. Ian Simpson Jabal. Keith C. Scott Harlan. Jeffrey James Hybeck. Michael Robert Hill. Mark Allen Hines. Kurt Michael Hefferly. Matthew Kumar. Stephen James Holgate. John Joseph Hurley. David A. Hutchinson Jr. Melissa Jane Jernigan. Edward Lee Keister. Manu Kumare. Gerald Charles Kelly III. Scott L. Kern. John D. Carrigan Jr., Senior Class Counsel. Edward James Kilroy II. Second Lieutenant David Eric Kimple. Michael P. Lindsay. Robin Harold Hall. Timothy Brock McDonald. Ted Scott Mello. Scott L.I. Holbrook. Michael John Osborne. Mary W. Pinestep. James Robert Tosa. James F. Porter Jr., cum laude. Christopher A. Pyle. Mark B. Reindl. James John Riccitelli. Matthew Ira Rubin. John C. Stansky. Kenneth J. Saunders. David Martin Stowe. Vivek Sood. Ronald J. Spadavecchia. Scott Stacey. Matthew Dirk Steketty, Senior Class Counsel, cum laude. John Tucker Stevens. David R. Stillwell, Senior Class Counsel. George Lee Swain II. Matthew P. Toos, Manu Kumare. John Patrick Walsh, Senior Class Counsel for National Collegiate Flying Association Pilot. John Mark Walter. John Francis Wasson. Thomas Reeves Wilkinson. Second Lieutenant Peter S. Ziegler. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with Aviation Applications. Program Chairman, Mr. A. Salini. Scott Allen Howard. Emmerich C. Martin. Zizipi Skiao. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Science and Aviation Business Administration, Program Chairman, Mr. Donald J. Campbell. Alexander J. Hubert, Jr. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Business Administration, Program Chairman, Mr. Donald J. Campbell. Hamdoun Ahmed Al-Harfi. Ali Al-Zaba. Glenn Barchusky. Don Michelle Beal. Dwayne M. Sequira. Brenda R. Diaz. Christopher Wayne Doucet. Senior Class Counsel, Second Counsel, Ryan Kumali. Timothy Joseph Fallon, Jr. Jeffrey Scott Colott. Matthew E. Miller. Carlos A. Marino Pino. Daniel S. Parker. Julio A. Rodriguez. Jennifer May Saya, Vice President, Senior Class Commission. Louis Henri Sargent Callum, Senior Class Commission. Tiffany M. Starr. Kay Takada. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Administration, Program Chairman, Mr. Donald J. Campbell. Douglas J. Jenkins. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Maintenance Management, Program Chairman, Mr. Donald J. Campbell. Suzanne D. Barry. Patrick Norman Bottom. Mark H. Kruger. Manuel Fernandez Rivero. Jeffrey A. Hume. William Timothy Kent. Dale Joseph Lochtefeld. Eben E. Lujo Fitchi. Andre John Mock. William Patrick Murphy, Senior Class Counsel. Terrence I. Rice, minor cum laude. Walter Dale Smith. George Michael Thomas. Frank A. Vetsa, Who's Who, 1987. Bert Bowenweider. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Management, Program Chairman, Mr. Donald J. Campbell. Ali Salim Al-Mood. Hassan A. Hassani. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aircraft Engineering Technology, Program Chairman, Mr. C. Peter Helston. Thomas William Binke. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Engineering, Program Chairman, Mr. John Novy. Second Lieutenant Michael Keith Davenport, Treasurer, Senior Class Counsel. Michael Thomas Pavelka. Harvey Wayne Ludisel, Senior Class Counsel. Harry Clark Santa Maria. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the undergraduate portion of the ceremony. Dr. George Chang, Dean of the Graduate School and Research, and Dr. R. Luther Rosnick, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Daytona Beach Campus, will now present the candidates for the master's degrees. Candidates for the degree of Master of Aeronautical Science. Barbara Lee Greenwald. Christina Elaine Vole. Candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation. Omar Kayad Asinoe. Scott Edward Babis. Herbert Stanton Brown IV. Luther William Davidson Jr., Sergeant Major, United States Army retired. Ionis C. Dimitrakakis. Laith J. Karim. Technical Sergeant Frederick H. Link. Jody K. Smith. Mark Allen Stayer. John M. Sapos. Candidates for the degree of Master of Aviation Management. John B. Jones. Michael Joseph Williams. Candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aeronautical Engineering. Gary Allen Peterson. Frederick R. Pelou.
All candidates for degrees, please rise. Dr. Stimson, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the university, it is my honor to present to you the graduates for graduation.
Thank you, Dr. Eichberg. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, as appropriate, the associate degree, the associate in science degree, the bachelor's degree, the Bachelor of Science degree, and the master's degree with all the rights, privileges, and honors and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Good luck. Will now conduct the conferring of the honorary degree. Dr. Todd.
Thank you, Eric. I couldn't do this stick entirely to the script. I would just say two things. One, it was 10 years ago that I got my honorary degree, so the timing is particularly significant to me. I'd like to add my congratulations to all of you and say that in the spirit of beneficence that comes with an occasion such as this graduation, the nicest thing that we could do to a vice admiral in the Navy is to grant him true status by conferring an honorary degree upon him from Embry-Riddle. Don, would you please come forward?
Has long been a proponent of air safety. Currently serving as president of the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association Air Safety Foundation, Admiral Engen works toward improving general aviation safety through training, education, and research. Under Admiral Engen's guidance, as the administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration, the United States had the safest 3 years in civil aviation history. Appointed by President Reagan, Admiral Engen has also served as a member of the National Transportation Safety Board. A naval aviator, he retired after serving as the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the United States Atlantic Command and the United States Atlantic Fleet. Throughout his career, Admiral Engen has received numerous awards, including the highest Navy award for valor, the Navy Cross, and the prestigious Doolittle Award for Technical Management. In tribute to his outstanding leadership, service to his country, and his contributions to aviation, Embry-Riddle is proud to confer upon Admiral Donald D. Engen the honorary degree of Doctor of Aeronautical Science. Congratulations, Dr. Engen.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Aviation Management, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. And the nicest thing is that we can call you doctor now instead of Adam. Congratulations.
You're not supposed to say anything. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Todd. Thank you, Embry-Riddle. And I want to say to all you graduates, go again.
and support of two groups of people play a very important part in the success of our university. The Board of Trustees and the Board of Visitors. Will any members of these boards please stand so that we may recognize you? Members of the Board of Trustees and the Board of Visitors. Now we have some others to honor too. The individuals who played a major role in preparing our graduates for their future careers are the faculty. Will all faculty members present please stand to be recognized? Members of the